Hey guys, Key on the Movie King, back again with another movie review, and today I'm going to review a 1991 underrated classic, action classic, Showdown in Little Tokyo. Now, this movie is a new movie. It's going to be in my Blu-ray update, so you will be seeing it again. I just picked it up this month, but usually I wait until I do the Blu-ray updates and I watch them, but I was really excited to watch this movie. Of course, it stars Dolph Lundgren, Brandon Lee. It got Cary Tagawa, who you guys probably know him. He played the villain in Mortal Kombat, or some of you youngsters might know him on this Disney movie called Johnny Tsunami. But yeah, this is a movie that a lot of people don't talk about, and the thing about this movie, before I get into detail about it, the thing about this movie is it's a movie people don't mention when they talk about Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee, it's always about The Crow. The Crow. Crow's my favorite Brandon Lee movie. I'm going to say that. I'm not even going to lie. The Crow is my favorite Brandon Lee movie. Straight up. Can't deny that. Even though everybody else loves The Crow. I mean, as I've mentioned in past reviews, when I was younger, I was really obsessed with The Crow. Really obsessed. Had my binder back in the day. I don't know if people do this in school nowadays, but back in the day, people used to put pictures in their binders. My binder was covered with The Crow. Covered with The Crow. I mean, I even got like, let me show you. I got this thing right here. What is this? It's Brandon Lee. The Crow. Probably can't see because of the stupid glare. But yeah, I'm a fan of Brandon Lee because of The Crow, but always loved him in Rapid Fire and Showdown in Little Tokyo. So Showdown in Little Tokyo is a really simple plot. Dolph Lundgren plays a cop who can't keep his partners. Brandon Lee plays a wise, cracking, smart, remark cop, and they have to team up to stop the yakuza gang that's led by, Tagawa. You also got the villain from the Ninja Turtle movies. I'm talking about the 90s. I don't talk about those new ones. Those are not Ninja Turtles. I don't know what those are, but the original Ninja Turtles Secret of the Ooze. He's the bald ass dude that Ninja Turtles always seem to whip his ass in a second. They always turn their shells and just bang, hit him, and there he drops. He's in this movie as well, and I was surprised that, yeah, I was actually waiting for the Turtles to pop up and just like knock him out of there. He plays a bad guy, of course, but for real life, he's a really good martial artist, so I don't think it would be that easy. But anyways, I was still hoping for the Ninja Turtles to whip his ass. You also have Tia Carrera. She's in there in the movie. Has some great lines, some funny lines, some strange lines in the movie. But what makes this movie great is the action. The action is awesome, and it's non-stop. It's a short movie. It's not long. I know the original cut was longer from what I heard, but they cut it down, and I actually don't see a problem with that because the movie moves along really fast. I mean, I'm kind of stuttering with words because there is a scene I want to talk about, but I probably will do that last. It's something I had a problem with the movie. It's a little small problem I had. It doesn't make me dislike the movie. But when it comes down to Showdown in Little Tokyo, I'll say this right away. In my opinion, the person that steals the show is Brandon Lee. And it's not because, Brandon Lee passed on. And it's not because Brandon Lee was the Crow or anything like that. I am a fan of Dolph Lundgren. I've watched a lot of Dolph Lundgren movies. And my favorite, I mean, if I wanted to go straight up action, which one do I prefer, Showdown in Little Tokyo or Rapid Fire, I would choose Rapid Fire. But I'm just going to say that Brandon Lee had the best one-liners. He had the best one-liners. And this movie really showcases and shows that Brandon Lee was a great martial artist, and that's something The Crow didn't show. Because Brandon Lee didn't really do martial arts in movies, mostly gunplay. in The Crow. But in this movie, gunplay is not a main factor. It's mostly fistica. It's showing whoop your ass, different martial arts, and Brandon Lee be doing some flips. Does all these different kind of flips really fast. He's smooth when he fights. He was a star in the making. It's really sad because when you watch these kind of movies, you can actually see that this is a guy that would have been a really big star. He would have been a really big star, and I believe he wouldn't have just done action movies. I think he would have you probably would have seen him in comedy. You probably would have seen him in drama. He could actually act. Not saying Dolph Lundgren can't act. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying that Brandon Lee, you can tell he had a lot of charisma. Like every time he said something in the movie and Showdown Little Tokyo, your eyes are just hooked on him. So it is sad watching that. The only flaw I really have in this movie is there's a scene. If you haven't seen this movie, I'm sorry, you won't get it. But the people that have seen this movie, there is a scene in the beginning of the movie when Dolph Lundgren stops a kickboxing. There's a kickboxing match. He comes and interferes. He's going after the yakuza. They come full speed in the car. And he jumps over the car. Now that scene, how he just jumped over the car, I could never get used to that. It just, you know. And usually people would say, "Oh, that looks cheesy." It's not that even it looks cheesy. It's just, why? Why do they choose to do that? And I've seen a lot of, you know, a lot of action movies, a lot of 80s movies, a lot of 90s action movies, and you know, I could take a lot. I can take someone. I mean, there's a scene in the movie where he lifts up a car, and you know, I can handle that. And I know it's a movie. I'm not those. I can take a lot in movies, but that scene just bothered me a lot. I don't know why. When I see that scene, I'm just like, why? Why do that? Like, why decide to do that scene where he, you know, if he jumped out of the way, yeah, I mean, we've seen that many times before where cars going full speed and he, you know, the main actor jumps away, jumps away from the moving vehicle. Okay. Or he could have got hit by the car. But him actually jumping over the car, I don't know. It's just a really small thing, and some people doesn't bother. I mean, a lot of people I don't think it would bother them. Me, it just bothers me. Everything else in the movie is actually almost perfect. That scene bothers me a lot. You do see a lot of boobies in this movie, so if you want to see boobies, you do see boobies. Tia Carrera, if you guys are hoping you see her naked, no, that's a double. It's not her, so don't get excited if you do hear like, oh, she gets nude in the movie, because she doesn't. There's another movie she does. I don't really know what it is. I'm not the type to just go look it up what movies they're in, but I'm just saying, all you guys out there that want to see Tia Carrera naked, sorry, this is not the movie. She's naked. That's the best way I can explain it. She's naked. Dolph Lundgren was great in this movie. Great. And actually, when you really think about it, this is actually the only movie you really see him really showcasing his martial arts a lot. I'm not saying his other movies he doesn't, but most of his other movies, it's mostly, you know, gunplay, shooting. The two movies that I always remember him where he shows a lot of martial arts, like, you know, because Dolph Lundgren is a great martial artist, that's the thing. Actually, there's three movies that I can think of that you actually see him doing a lot of martial arts, and Showdown Little Tokyo is one. So if you want to see Dolph Lundgren really kick ass, you gotta check this movie out. Universal Soldier, because Universal Soldier, I mean, that's the first time I've ever seen Dolph Lundgren. I actually was scared of Dolph Lundgren when I first saw that movie when I was younger. And Skin Trade. Skin Trade, he actually has a really good fight with Tony Jaa, and it's really cool because when you see the fight scene that he has with Tony Jaa, you can actually see he's not using a stunt double. It's actually him, and you can, and for his older age, you're just like, wow, man, this guy, I wouldn't want to mess with him. So Showdown Little Tokyo is a great action movie. If you guys are looking for just straight out action, great characters, great chemistry, because that's what they had. Dolph Lundgren, Brandon Lee, great chemistry. This is a movie you got to check out. You got to check out. And if you are curious of Brandon Lee because you're a fan of The Crow and want to see other movies of him, you know, there's two movies to check out: Rapid Fire and Showdown Little Tokyo. You will not be sorry. You will not be sorry at all. He has done other movies, I believe in China. I haven't seen them. I don't even know the name of it. I remember seeing some clips online a long time ago, but haven't seen them. I'm going to have to check those out. But I really recommend you to check out Showdown Little Tokyo. It's not my favorite Brandon Lee movie, as I said, it's The Crow. It's not my favorite Dolph Lundgren movie. Dolph Lundgren movies, when it comes to Dolph Lundgren movies. Men of War, is one of my favorite Dolph Lundgren movies, I gotta say that. Men of War, so it's not my favorite Dolph Lundgren, and The Punisher is also my favorite Dolph Lundgren movie. And Brandon Lee is The Crow and Rapid Fire, but trust me, this is fun. So much fun. You're not gonna have a it's a movie just to relax, chill with some buddies, get some popcorn. If you drink some beers, and enjoy the fun. Enjoy the fun, because that's what it is. Anyways, I'm giving Showdown Little Tokyo a B+. That's right, B+, because I mean, I can't go higher because I gotta be honest. It's nothing like it's mindless fun, and I'm sorry that scene with him jumping over really fucked up my head. It really fucked up my head. I know it's really stupid, it's really petty. I just don't like that scene. There's just something about it just looks corny. I mean, if I could show clips on YouTube, I would show you that clip and I'll show it in slow motion. I mean, but it's still a B+. I'm not giving it a C because I mean, the action, Brandon Lee is great in it. Dolph Lundgren, the action is awesome. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. Every action scene in it. I mean, it's just that, I don't know. It's just me. Nobody else. I've heard a couple of people review this. Actually, this movie's really, a lot of people don't talk about it, but the few people have talked about the movie have never mentioned that scene. So it doesn't seem like it bothers anybody except me. And sorry, but it does bother me. And the ratings I give are my opinions. I mean, they're just my ratings, or what I think of the movie myself. It's not the actual rating. You can make your own judgment. If you give it an A+ movie, you give it A+. If you give it an F, you can give it an F. But I don't know why you would give this movie F. It's fun. It's a fun movie. And as I said, check it out. Check out Showdown Little Tokyo. Anyways, Keon Movie King, signing off.